Hi everybody, this is Manveen, and in today's video we're going to talk about print the longest common subsequence, which is in coding ninjas. In the previous video we spoke about how to print the length of the longest common subsequence on lead code, but in this question we are going to print the string of the longest common subsequence. And if you want to know what a subsequence means, please refer to the previous video. So LCS and printing the longest common subsequence are very similar questions. So we will start off by first creating a 2D matrix called DP, and after that we are going to create a nested for loop. If the characters of both the strings match, then we are going to increment the value of DP by 1. Else we are going to choose the maximum between the previous two strings, that is DPI minus 1j and DPI and j minus 1. So let's code that. So as you can see, I have taken two integers m and n that store the value of the lengths of text1 and text2. After that, I have created a 2D matrix called DP with lengths m plus 1 and n plus 1. We have a nested for loop. And in the previous video, as I had explained, inside this we are going to have an if else condition. The characters in text1 and text2 are equal, then you increment the value of DP by 1. Else you choose the maximum between DPI minus 1j and DPI j minus 1. So to understand the above better, I have an example over here. So supposing you have two strings ABC, BD, AB, and the second string is BDC, AB. This is related to the previous problem. So we assign the first row and the first column as all zeros. This is called the base condition. After that, as you can see in the above program, first we have I is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1. So A and B are not equal to each other. So it chooses the maximum between DPI minus 1j and DPI j minus 1. So it is trying to choose between 0 and 0. So the value of dp11 would be equal to 0. In the next iteration, your j becomes 2. B and B are equal to each other. So it will come inside the if condition. So dpij over here is 1 and 2. So dp12 is equal to 1 plus dp 0 and 1. It is equal to 1 plus dp 0 1. So dp at the position 0 1 is 0. So the final value of dp12 would be equal to 1. So we get the value of 1 over here. After that, as the value of j is incremented, we get j is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It keeps on going to the else condition. So we have to choose the maximum between dpi minus 1j and dpi j minus 1. So it keeps on choosing between 0 and 1. So the value over here over C and B would be equal to 1. And after that, B and B would also be equal to 1. So after that, we again have a repeating character B and B. So it next goes to, so text1 dot char at I minus 1 is equal to text2 dot char at j minus 1. That is also true. Over here, the value of I is 1 and the value of j is 4. So we have to get dp I4. Control enters the if condition, and as I had said, the B over here is repeating again. So dp 1 4 is equal to 1 plus dp 0 3. The number at dp 0 comma 3 is 0. So we get 1 plus 0. So the value at b and b would also be equal to 1. So when we reach the end of the matrix, we get the value as 3. Now let's write down the code for printing the longest common subsequence. In order to do that, first we are going to find out the length of dp, and we are going to store it in this variable. Now we are going to create a character array that is going to store the longest common subsequence in the form of characters, but at the end we will convert it into a string. Over here I've created a while loop inside of which I've taken again if else conditions. B is now stored inside LCS, and then we decrement the value of I and j, which means that it moves diagonally above. Now it comes to this position. That means it is now comparing A and A. Now the value of I and j has decreased. Now it has come here. So in the next iteration, we again check if these two characters are equal. Yes, A and A are again equal to each other. So we add A in LCS and we start decreasing the values of I, J and length. Now it comes to this position, D and C, which is equal to 2. But these two characters are not equal to each other. So now we look at the else if condition. dpi minus 1j is equal to 2 and dpi j minus 1 is also equal to 2. So now it goes to the else condition and does j minus minus. J minus minus would be moving to this position. So it now compares B and C. B and C are again not equal to each other. So it now comes to this else if dpi minus 1j, dpi j minus 1. We compare 2 and 1 with each other. 2 is greater. It moves over here. Now we compare C and C. These two are equal. So we add C inside LCS. Until now we have B, A and C inside the LCS array. So this is how we start inserting the longest common subsequence inside a character array. Now, after the while loop ends, we would have the entire longest common subsequence inside the LCS character array. And after this, we return this character array in the form of new string LCS. Now we're going to run the program. So after I run the program, all my 15 test cases have passed. And after I submit it, the hidden test cases also have passed successfully. So this is how this program is done. Thanks for watching.